This is so important. You may have heard of this very important saying that you cannot pour into the cup of another if your cup is empty. If I am feeling empty inside, I cannot fuel another person's love tank. So it's very, very important for me to practice and prioritize self-care. Hi everyone, this is me, Jyotika Bedi, once again here to share with you, learn alongside and grow together. Today I thought I'm going to make a video on how to set healthy boundaries, because setting healthy boundaries we all talk about, but we don't know how to set that healthy boundary. Why is it really important? And with practice, one only gets better. So today I thought some of us struggle with setting those boundaries. It's very, very important because it's good for our overall well-being and our mental health. So I thought it'll be useful to share how I do it. And of course, I'm still work and learn, but it'll be nice to share some tips, some tools that can help you set those boundaries. Always remember that saying no to another person seems difficult to most of us because, again, nobody's modeled it for us. We don't know how to do it. We feel very uncomfortable and we feel uneasy to say no to another person. But guess what? Saying no to another really means saying yes to yourself. So what we need to do is to focus on doing the right thing so that it energizes you, it makes you feel good about yourself, and only then you're able to have happier, healthier relationships. Having good boundaries actually enables you to feel less stressed and you're able to live a life of passion and purpose. And this is sometimes especially challenging for those whose self-identity is more about people pleasing. And guess what? I was guilty of the same. Or being a workaholic where you just are on the roll all the time. So I understand it is challenging for most of us, as it was for me. But again, we have to build skills together. We have to learn how to do this the right way, the effective way, the positive way. So when we say yes to everything around us, it gets very, very difficult for us to set that boundary. And then people around us take us for granted because they know that this person struggles with saying no. And the key really is you have to say no, but it's also how you say it, how you set that boundary. And if you're not able to do it, I can understand, I can empathize. You feel stressed, you feel burnt out, and you feel overwhelmed. So I'm going to now share with you some exciting tips so that you can invest in your learning for setting that healthy tone, for setting that Lakshman Rekha. Number one, practice tuning into your inner self of saying yes and no. So let me explain what that really means. The first step in learning to set healthy boundaries is to try to uncover your personal limits. And for you to do a self-inquiry, a self-audit. What are my guidelines? What are some of, knowing my no's, what are some of the things that I really want to be firm and say no? Like for instance, for me, I am somebody who does not like to socialize too much. I don't like to go out at night too much. Yes, I like to meet people, but not at night. So I like to set that healthy boundary by letting people know, those who like to go out at night and socialize at night, that I am not okay with it. So I had to train myself. I had to really learn the tools and practice saying no. So I knew for sure that what are my no's? My no is that I don't want to, it's a choice that I don't want to go out late at night, because for me, sleep is health, sleep is medicine, sleep is everything to me. So I like to be home by a certain time and be in bed and prioritize my sleep. So for me, I had to first do a self-inquiry, and that's very, very important for you to also know, what are my no's? What are some of the things that are non-negotiable for me, which I will say no to, and other things which I am okay with. So that work you have to do. So make yourself a list so that that's your compass that kind of guides you and tells you things that you need to stand up and say no. Otherwise, we'll end up saying yes, 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 yes to everything around us. And life keeps throwing these arrows at us, and then we're not able to manage ourselves and our relationships. And guess what? Success today has a different narrative. Success is not what you know or how much you know. Success really is how well you manage yourself and your relationships. So if you want to learn to manage yourself better, you have to know your no's. We all have a inner sense of wisdom which intuitively tells us what is right and what is wrong. So tune in to that. Make sure you dive deep within yourself and ask yourself, these are my no's and these are my yeses. The problem really arises when we ignore or we start to argue with our inner voice. So if you are not used to tuning into your intuition, it is important to start paying attention to how you are feeling in the moment. So for instance, check in with yourself. Let's say you're feeling too swamped, you're feeling too stressed, and somebody makes a request that you cannot follow through. Check in with yourself and ask yourself. For instance, this morning somebody made a request to me and I was not feeling very upbeat. I was kind of feeling stressed. So I checked in with myself. I asked myself, what am I feeling? Okay, how am I feeling? I'm feeling stressed. Why am I feeling stressed? Because I've been overworked. What do I really need to do? I need to slow down. I need to practice more self-care. And yeah, now is the time for me to practice saying no, because I'm not able to help that person. And I will tell you in the video more about, I'll actually give you a script on how to say no and how to say it respectfully so that you honor yourself and the other and the relationship. So yeah, get ready for more. That's just coming your way. Number 2, learn how to tolerate the reactions of others. We all have to learn this skill. It is so important. I'm a mother of 3 and I have 2 dogs. It's not easy where you have to constantly meet the needs of people around you. I mean, whether you're a parent or not, we know for sure that we have to learn to practice more tolerance. And one of the healthiest ways to set boundaries is to have that awareness that boundary setting will unleash a lot of emotions. But when you listen to your own yes and no, when you're aware of what are my yeses and what are my no's, people around you will get less disappointed. They will get less angry because you for sure will know what you want to say yes to and no to. And believe me, this is your superpower. It is very, very empowering to know for sure. And again, this helps you in your journey of self-awareness. Only then it leads to self-empowerment. So you do a self-check, you do a self-audit to know your no's and know what you are okay with and not okay with. And the reality is that whenever you set that boundary with people around you, you may not always have a pleasant experience because suddenly people will be like, okay, what happened to this person? And it happened to even me and people around me. They were like, okay, there's a shift in her. What's going on? But again, the trick really is you have to do it gracefully. You have to do it respectfully. You have to do it mindfully so that you don't hurt yourself, the other, or your relationship. Setting healthy boundaries will actually help you in having happier, meaningful, and deep relationships. And you'll see it will improve the quality of your relationships substantially. If you do not respect your own personal boundaries, and please understand that, let me underscore that, it will lead to resentment. It will lead to bitterness. It will lead to anger and unrest within you. The people you want to support around yourself are those who will respect your boundaries. And these are the people who will not feel upset or disappointed when you set that Lakshman Rekha. So it's very important that you start with the hard work. You start with this commitment that this is what you're going to do for your own personal growth, for your own development, and for your mental health and well-being. Number 3, engage in acts of compassionate self-care. This is so important. You may have heard of this very important saying that you cannot pour into the cup of another if your cup is empty. If I am feeling empty inside, I cannot fuel another person's love tank. So it's very, very important for me to practice and prioritize self-care. And we made many videos. We have a whole series on how to prioritize and practice self-love and self-care. So you have to then do the hard work of making sure that you are investing in your self-care. And if you want to be a giving and compassionate person, which we all are, that's our basic nature towards others, it is so critical, it is so crucial that compassion actually starts with you first. And I'm happy to share with you that this is something that I have learned only by practice. And I wish I had somebody who would have told me earlier, and I would not have wasted 42 years of my life in not practicing this very important skill. Set aside some weekly time for acts of kindness and acts of service, which will help you relax, recharge, and connect with yourself. We are so busy and we're living in our heads, in our minds, that we have no time to actually practice the pause, to unplug, to just sit in silence and self-reflect. Where is the time to do that? But you have to make time for it. After all, we all have 24 hours in the day, and it is important for each one of us to take out time for yourself. And that's why I am addicted to me time. And we all have, let's understand, we all have different things that make us feel relaxed. So there is no perfect answer. Pick what works best for you, whether it is cooking a good meal, going for a walk in nature, taking a hot water bath, just lighting candles in your house, reading a book, playing with your pet, taking long walks, which I love to do. Do a yoga class, get yourself a manicure, get yourself a body massage, or just do anything that makes you smile. And if you can put it just on your planner, meeting with myself, appointment with myself, so that you hold yourself accountable and make sure that you stay true to your commitment. Now I'd like to share some more suggestions that will help you master your art of saying no, that when you put that to practice, you will see that you are your greatest, grandest version. So let's understand that no is sometimes a complete statement. It's how you say it. That's the most important part. How you say no. So you can always say, no, thank you, with a smile. No, thank you, I won't be able to do this. Say it. Apologize, and then just zip up. This is a complete sentence by itself. So you can say no, and you can say no with dignity, and you can say no in a respectful manner. Sometimes you have to be firm. Thank you for asking me, but it's not going to work for me. Important to be firm, but it comes with practice. If you need to delegate, you want to say no, but you have to delegate, you can say, I won't be able to do this, but I'm going to get someone else to do this. So you say no, and you find an alternative so that the other person also knows that you're not able to do something, but you're finding a solution. Let's say you want to set a last minute boundary. You can say, I can't add anything onto my calendar this month, but the next time you're planning one, let me know and I would love to go with you. This is something that we experience all the time. That let's say with a friend or a colleague who wants to go out with you and plan a holiday or plan something with you, but you're not able to say no. So remember that. Don't take it personal. Thank you for thinking of me, but I am not able to do this for you right now. And don't feel too bad about saying no and setting that boundary. It's very, very important. And then show your gratitude. I am so touched that you thought of me. I really appreciate that and thank you for your support, but I'm sorry, I won't be able to help you this time. I mean, as a parent, I've learned, because I have 3 kids, I cannot keep fulfilling their every need all the time. I would go crazy. I would go mad. So I've learned to literally tell my children, and I can be a kind parent by saying, I'm sorry, I'm not able to help you right now. I'm feeling exhausted. I don't have the energy right now. I'll help you tomorrow. I can still be a kind person and tell my spouse that I disagree with you, and here's why. I've set that healthy boundary by being respectful, by honoring myself, my husband, and the relationship. I can tell my in-laws that I'm not okay with this, and I can say it with love. I can say it with compassion. But again, it requires self-work. It requires practice. It's a daily commitment. It's hard work, but it's worth it. It's the most rewarding work you'll ever do. So make sure that you learn to say no, but you say it in a manner that is positive for you and for the other. You can be gracious about it. I truly appreciate you asking, but I'm so sorry. I'm already committed. It's something which we all can say, but we feel too scared to speak up sometimes. And we're doing disservice to not just ourselves, but even our relationships. Someone asked you for some help, like I said, make sure that you give them an alternative so that you don't feel too bad and you don't keep ruminating on why you said no and you keep dwelling on it. Let's say somebody asks you for a commitment that you cannot respect. Again, make sure you own up. Make sure you claim it. Make sure you say, I'm so sorry, I was unable to do it. However, so make sure that you own up, you claim it, and you say, however, I will get it done. Let's say there's time to assess and you can say, let me think about it. I'll get back to you. How hard is that? It's not too hard. Give others a chance. You know, I feel like the accounting department is always organizing the office fundraiser parties. Let me ask the marketing department to help us reorganize this year. So even at work, not just at home, we can set these healthy boundaries because it's the need of the hour. And we can all do it in the most respectful fashion, but we're not taught. And that's why I thought it's important for me to make this video so that we all know the tools, we know the techniques, we have the tips on how to set those happy, healthy boundaries. So remember, just because you're available to do something or you can do something does not mean that you ought to. You are human. You get tired, you get exhausted, you feel swamped, you feel overwhelmed. But if you don't tune in with yourself, if you don't know your no's, if you don't learn to express it, if you don't learn to say no in the most respectful fashion, you will not be able to respect yourself or your relationships. I hope this video was useful to one and all. We are always here for you because we care, and we are here to share, to learn, to grow and evolve to be our bestest, grandest selves. Thank you for cheering for us, for supporting us and always encouraging us. Keep liking, keep sharing and keep subscribing to our YouTube channel.